Okay, so I'm convinced. We're definitely living in the simulation. What else explains this? This was supposed to be Donald Trump's greatest humiliation so far. The first president to have a mugshot taken of him. And guess what? He just straight up owns it. I mean, look at this photo. It's like they hired a professional photographer to make him look iconic. And let's face it, awesome. And a little bit scary, too. Because this feels like foreshadowing. This feels like the universe is trying to tell us something. And you can't tell me that this picture isn't going to send a chill of foreboding down the spine of at least some of the crooked politicians, officials, agents who put him in that picture in the first place. That doesn't look like a guy who's done to me. And look, I don't know how this is all going to work out. But one thing I can say is that all of this just obvious political persecution is backfiring. Let's go to the polls. And this is from August 23rd, and this is before the mugshot. And I am very interested to see what effect this has on future polls. But here we have Trump up by 1, Trump up by 1. Here he's up by 10, but that's against Harris, and well, you know, it's Harris. But Trump 4 over Biden. And there's a couple here that favor Biden over Trump, but most of them favor Trump here. +5, +8, +6. That's going back to the 21st. Now, even though the left loves this photo for different reasons than people on the right do, there are people in the middle, the independents, who can't help but noticing that there seems to be a bit of creative prosecution, let's just call it, happening. And it's so over the top, it just seems really transparently political, doesn't it? I mean, in Georgia, they're charging his lawyers. They're charging his lawyers for giving him legal advice. Which, I mean, come on, this is just an obvious attempt to intimidate lawyers from even representing Trump in the first place. And this whole thing rests upon a bet they've made that if they've got 95% of the media with them, which they do, that they can get away with anything. And, you know, that is yet to be seen. But looking at this, which is the first tweet back for Trump on Twitter or X, says never surrender. It makes me think, you want to go for the king? You better not miss. And speaking of the press, we'll hear CNN. Trump's mugshot will be infamous. Bash on Trump's Georgia surrender. Yeah, infamous, sure, but maybe not in the way that CNN thinks. Here, the BBC. Donald Trump still rewriting laws of politics after Georgia arrest. Yeah, well, Georgia just happens to be just rewriting laws. New Yorker, Trump's mugshot is his true presidential portrait. Well, I can tell you, I mean, it's iconic and it's definitely going to be remembered. How about this? Trump's mugshot has a silent message. It says, the mugshot is a warning. Donald Trump's booking photo was supposed to be an exercise in humility. He turned it into a threat. Who thought that this was going to be an exercise in humility for Trump? And by the way, innocent until proven guilty. So if you're not guilty, why would it be an exercise in humility? Certainly not if you're being absolutely railroaded. It says, the Greek myth of Medusa takes many forms, but the most common is this. Medusa was a woman who, having angered the goddess Athena, was made into a monster. Athena punished Medusa by turning her hair into a writhing tangle of serpents, and then by ensuring that anyone who looked into Medusa's eyes would be turned to stone. In shaping their story of a gaze made violent, the creators of that early democracy were prescient about the man who has tried to destroy ours. And they wonder why people hate them. This is The Atlantic, by the way. Both pretentious and retarded. Let's see, CNN didn't carry Trump's remarks afterwards, of course. Neither did MSNBC. Rachel Maddow said, if he does that, we're not going to take those remarks live. As we said in the past, there is a cost to us as a news organization of knowingly broadcasting untrue things. Oh, so let me just get this straight. So MSNBC is worried about broadcasting untrue things. Yeah, you'll have to forgive me if I don't take them at their word there. I think they might have other motivations, such as his statements will probably run counter to their obsessive-compulsive narrative that they've been trying to shove down people's throats forever. So they're scared of Trump's remarks, and I can't help but wondering if somewhere deep down they're worried if they stare at this picture of Trump just a little too long, that maybe they might be the ones turning to stone. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that. Please subscribe, like, and share. Sharing really helps me out. I thank you for that. I will see you next time.